Hello. No, I must. It's not always be done like I am thinking that things should be, because it's God. I go where God wants me to go. So I was thinking I should continue with Genesis, but it didn't go that way today. And so I will come back to it next time, because God showed me, I had a dream when I took a nap today, now just for 1 hour ago, because he knew that I should talk here, so he make a dream come to me. And first it looked like a normal dream, but I have not had a normal dream for years. So it's always something in God sending dreams for me to tell people, or that I should understand what the dream is about in my life. But this was for someone else that is going to watch here or watching now. That I don't know. I'm only a human, so I don't know that kind of things. So the message can be for someone else. Maybe watch this for about 1 month from now, but the message still are there, and you receive it anyway, even if it's old. Because now the dream I had looked like it was a normal dream, because it was a little kitten, but not in the age that my kittens are. And also when it comes with dream and vision, this mix, it's always a gray picture. It's not in the color. So it was a little kitten that was on its way to die, and a voice say, or if it was me asking, because the kitten seems to be killed directly, but I didn't see any tools to kill the kitten. It was only laying there when it started to come. And then when I say just that, oh, so fast, I think it was me that said it. Oh, so fast it was working to die, I say. And then when I had said that, the kitten was start to move around a little in this death. So when I have been wake up, I have been thinking about it, and it is about someone have a child that died. It's about that. It was a cute kitten, and he died, and he was about 1 month old. I can see it compared with my kittens that is 12 weeks old. 12 weeks, yeah. And it was about 4 weeks old, the kitten. 1 month or 6 weeks. And it's a message for this person. That God use babies. They go back and forward in heaven and going here, and they are using as a test and tools for God to see what we are doing with the grief. Some people that don't make the test, they go angry at God and asking why God is so evil and bad to my life, to take my baby away from me. And my experience, what God has said about this is this, that He tests. This is babies are useful for God, and they are going to be angels, and they are angels, because it's not the Spirit is on me immediately when I start or talk. It's not any guarantee that we get kids, that we get babies. It's given to us from God. It's not our baby to own. God owns all babies. And I have my experience of it. I have tell even pastors that have kids that is not growing as they should, that be mental sick and these things, and disabled and die. I say that God gave you this baby because He was saying that you could handle this. You were strong enough when He gave you that baby to could take it, and then He wants you to make something good out of so bad situation. For example, to go and interest group, be a leader and help other people that have some issues, the same issues as your baby that died. And we should not let the meaning of life, it's not what people think. The meaning of life is to help each other, to tell all the information that can make the life easier for a person. So maybe you are a healer in that way, that you can tell a person what to do in the situation before the baby die. You give information and you can help. That's what God wants you to do in this. It's not all people are granted to get a baby, but God gave you a baby. And so be thankful for God, for have experienced to have a baby in your womb, to have this experience of feel the baby grow inside you, even if it's not go the full time, but you have got this experience of happiness when you feel and you know that you have a baby inside you, and know that love you have in that time in the first moment when you know, the doctor say you carry a baby inside you. You can live for a long time by thinking about this. That at least I come to be a mother, even if it was only in the womb. But I know how it is when the doctor say you are pregnant. Then have this day change, and it's a part in the Bible that the people misunderstand. It's Matthew 5, and most of it is this, that of the law, and especially in Sweden very much they don't understand these things, because most of the church in Sweden, they, if it's not Lutheran and Catholic, but in those free churches, they say that we are not under the law like the Jewish people anymore. We are only under the law of love, of Jesus' law, they say. But it's wrong. It's wrong. It's very wrong. Because he say that in Matthew 5:17, think not that I am come to destroy the law or the prophets. I am not come to destroy, but fulfill. So it says there, he didn't destroy the law, he fulfilled it. That he have told us to honor the father and the mother, and to look up to God only, the Father of Jesus. It's not Jesus that is God, it's the God the Father that Jesus is talking about, but people was already stubborn in his time, and they wanted to have a God that they can touch and can see. They didn't want the invisible God. That the real true God is invisible. He's a spirit, the true God. But they wanted to, like Thomas, want to touch and see him. So they made up a God. In their will, in the nature of the human, they do it. But Jesus, he was here to fulfill the law that is not only for the Jewish people, it's for Gentiles also. It's for everyone to hold. But then also in Moses, the law is error in what in the interpretation are. But I will come there also to tell you what it means, the real true meaning of it. But what Jesus was saying about love, that was, first of all, that he was a Jewish man. He was born Jewish. And it was this, in Canaan land, that I was there in March now this year. So I come to know the story, the history of it. And the Jewish people and Samaritan, they were enemies. The Jewish people never cross that land where the Samaritan where they lived. But Jesus, he walked in to Canaan and to the Samaritan, and he was even talking to a woman at the well. And he should not have done that because he was Jewish, and not even talk to a woman, because in that time when Jesus lived, that a woman was not allowed to talk. She was not even allowed to talk to her husband. If he not told her that it was okay to talk to him, she couldn't talk. That's why Paul is saying this about women in the church, because he was the man of that time. That was traditional things, the cultural things he was talking about. The woman, if someone have seen this woman at the well in the Samaritan talking to Jesus and Jesus talking to her, and she answered, she could be kicked out from the village she lived in, and she could go away from everything, out in the desert, out somewhere else to die, because she had talking to even a Jewish man, a foreign Jew. That was Jesus in that time, that she both took a very big risk by talking to each other. So I want to interpret this, Matthew 5. And seeing the multitudes, he went up into a mountain, and when he was set, his disciples come unto him. And he opened his mouth and taught them, saying, blessed is 3, Matthew 5:3. Blessed are the poor in the spirit, for theirs in the kingdom of heaven. Many people, they only accept what it says there, but they don't really understand what Jesus was talking about. Blessed are the poor in spirit, for there is the kingdom of heaven. To be blessed to be poor in the spirit, that means that you are hungry for the words. You are hungry for God. That it means. I didn't know either in the beginning when I started to read the Bible. When I was 48 years old, I started to read the Bible. I had never not read the Bible in Swedish, it's only in English. And King James Version I always read. Blessed are the poor in the spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. So they get the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are they that mourn, for they shall be comforted. This to get the feeling that you are worried and angst and these things, but then you have believe and there is someone there to protect you. And in that way to know you are not alone. There is someone watching over you. There is always God sending angels to us to help us. Matthew 5:5. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit, sorry for that word, the earth. They are going to get the earth. This is the meek, to be, it's related to be humble, to be, know that you can't stand by yourself. You can't control your life by yourself. This is the people that know they have a leader in God. And these are the people that be strong in their belief, because they know they can't make anything without God. So they are going to be here on earth when Jesus is coming back. This is the people that still are here, that have not got the mark of the beast. They have stay strong in their faith, in the belief, and they are going to be here on earth together with Jesus to clean up this earth. Matthew 5:6. Blessed are they which do hunger and thirst after righteousness, for they shall be filled. What does it mean? That means the Spirit of truth. The Spirit of truth. They don't go and be fed of lies. No, they want to get the truth. They want themselves to be right. We can't be perfect, but we have to try to be perfect. And this is the people that are hungry and thirsty after righteousness. And they will be filled of the Spirit of truth. I know that it's my tablet is not so loudly, but you have to put up your speaker, and it's not on my side to do it, it's yours that have to put on higher level on your speaker. Then is Matthew 5:7. Blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy. This is in the heaven's court, that if you live a life with compassion to other people's need of to know God. I don't talk about money needs or food needs. It's not about that, because God is a spirit. It's spirit things he's talking about. And Jesus was always in the spirit when he was talking. So that's the spirit things. It's not literally. So that when you are merciful, and when I was working in United States, I was to meeting, and so I'd always walk from home a half hour before I should do it, because if I find someone that needed words from God, I have to make time for them and help them, and not stress and run to my meetings or to my job. I take those half hour so I could stop and listen to people what they are asking me. This is what it's talking about in Matthew 5:7. Blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy. When they come to heaven, Jesus will defend them, even if they have done something in their life that was not so good. He will help them as a lawyer in the heavenly court. And then, blessed are the pure in the heart, for they shall see God. Number 8 there. So that's what many preach about today, that we can't have open doors to people, not bring them home and into your home, but when we walk outside, we must be open, because this refuse and assume seeking people from Iraq and Arabic countries, it's not their fault that they are here. It's political things, it's our system that do it. So I am never angry at these people. I help Muslims people, and I heal Muslim people, and it's because it's not their fault. If you are in trouble in your country, you do whatever you want, whatever you can to come to another country and be comfort in that country. It's not on them. I have been homeless in the United States, and I know God have make me be homeless to make me understand. It's not their fault. It's about the political people. And it's also those people in Africa, for example, or India. There is people in their countries that are so wealthy, have more money than what we have in our Obama, for example, and all those political people. They have more. They have gold in their home, and they don't help their own people. They want other countries to help their own people. They don't want to give out any money of their wealth, and they have money in the bank in Switzerland. They take money from the country and put it in another bank in another country. That's the thieves, the real thieves, the killer. They are murderers because they make their own people starving and die of starving. So they are real murderers, these people, and they can't buy a place in heaven with their money. It's coming to them one day. Even if it should be nice to see that someone got spanking from God in our time, but I know that they are going not to be defended of Jesus in the heavenly court because they are murderers. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of God. And that we that have come into a higher level, to a higher understanding, that we are going to be peacemaker in our body, in our mind. That is God is confirming it now, what I'm saying. is the same as it was in 8. Also what I'm talking about. 9 is the same. To not be angry and do bad things to people that come to our countries. It's a political thing. You should be angry at the political system and not on the people that is here. That's the peacemaker. And they do much bad things to me, but I still keep the peace with them. My neighbor that she is Swedish, but she turned me into the court for my dog was barking, but I still talk to her. Not so heartily like I did before, but I talk to her anyway, even if she did a bad thing to me, because I'm a peacemaker. We don't go there. We don't go with weapon. We have God that protects us, and I don't vote. I can vote, but I don't do it because it's God take care of us. It's everything it said in the Bible what's going to happen. So why should I go against the Bible about and vote for something that it is already done in the Bible? I don't go against the Bible. I don't go against God, what is in His will. I don't have to do this voting, because I know we are in the last days. And then blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for there is the kingdom of heaven. Yeah, I know it very well, because no one in Sweden want me to preach in their church. They don't. I have told them to come to meetings. Like I have been sitting at the cafe for 6 Saturdays and waiting for them, and told them on Facebook that I'm sitting here. So if you want to see me, who I am, calm down and we can drink coffee and talk. But no one have show up. They want to hide behind the screen and backstabbing me. And this is what the Matthew 5:10 say. We have very much obstacles. People, now I'm not talking about, but people outside on the street. I'm talking about people in the church that should know not to do these sort of things, that don't go upon what other people are telling them. I have never done that in my whole life, not even as a child. I didn't go for what people were telling me. If these people say this person is not good, he's evil and these things. If he is evil to me when I meet this person, then I say, yes, this is a person that I should stay away from. But many, many times is this person a nice person? Is something between those two. And like people want, I have PhD in psychology, and I know that many people put their own emotional over to another person. and they don't want to be by themselves thinking that this person is evil. They want you to believe the other person to be evil because they want to confirm inside them that they have right, even if they are wrong, because it's something between them, those two, not the third part. But so many people do this, and we have to live with that. I was preaching in United States, and I was allowed. I was guest speaker in United States, but when I come back to Sweden, I was one church that accepted me for preaching one time, and but then have no church wanted me to preach here in Sweden, because it's a small country and the church is small here in Sweden, and they are like a network. It's what I have said before, that Lutheran Church, Catholic Church, the known denominations, churches, free churches, Baptist churches, they are all together. They are the same. It's only paper. In the paper they say they have different belief and faith, but nowadays it be more and more that they go into each other and help each other. And people that don't know anything about religion, about the Bible and these things, they don't see it, but they are confused. What is this? It started this in Sweden, a very bad church that's growing, very big, fast. And in the United States also, Oasis movement. And people don't know that is the Catholic Church that is in the base, that is the main reason it started this. People think that, it's the Swedish Lutheran Church, that is not so bad. It's not bad at all because they don't do anything. It's bad to God, but they are not frightened things for other people that are lukewarm, that is not even not warm or cold, that is lukewarm, and they can go there. And now they accept this church, the non-denominations and free churches, Baptist churches, they go there. Their people are going there and get the mark of the beast from Roman Catholic Church. And then the picture is that is a Lutheran church, but you know, Martin Luther, he come from the Catholic Church, but he didn't agree to what the Catholic Church say, so he make his own religion, belief system. And it's Sweden, we are Lutherans, and it's a church that is not it's lukewarm. It's not warm or cold. It's something in the middle, and Swedish people love in the middle. They don't want to be into something, work for something, but they want to be together with lots of people, only sit there, and only they think they are together. You have to understand Swedish people, that they think they are together with friends when they only sit in a group. And that's so. I know it's much different from other countries because I have been to many countries. Like we sit on the bus here in Sweden, and seldom someone is talking to each other. When I was sitting in Italy and Spain on the regular bus in the city, as soon as I'm coming up, they start to talk to me, and I don't understand their language, but they are happy to talk to someone. And this is with the church also. The Swedish people only will sit and relax. I have been in the church, but they have only been sitting there. And some free churches say in Sweden, where I have been to, not to do any waving and these things, worshipping. You have to sit still. And these things, killing people. When the Spirit's coming, they say, you can't do these things. I ask a pastor, why can't I say, oh, hallelujah, thank you, God. And he said, there can be someone on the side that have grief, someone that the person have died, that sit there and you worship God. I am maybe cold in my emotional when I say that they are in a better place. Those people that have going away from the earth, they are in a much nicer place. I have been dead sometimes in my life, and I know how it feels when you are out from the body and going in the spirit up. You don't want to go back. I was dead sometimes when my son was two years old, and even if I have my son there in the bed, I saw him from up above. Before I left my home, I saw him laying there, but I have no longing to go back to earth, because it was so nice. It was a feeling of, it's very hard for people to know if you have not been over to the other side, that it's a feeling of to be here and now. There is no future. There is no past, my son, like past. It's only here and now statement. It's only, and you laying there, and it's total peace where you are in the spirit world. Now it's coming to Matthew 5:11. Blessed are ye when men shall revile you and persecute you, and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely for my sake. Yes, that's what we were talking about in 10. But it's so important for Jesus to say this. So he say this about the same many times here, that we are going to be persecuted, mocked, and people trying to stop us to what we are doing. And I know they have fear. They are frightened that I should come to them and change their mind. So they better to stop me than to know if it's true that I can change their mind. So, because so many people want to stay on that level that they have been taught in since they were a child. It's very easy for the devil to take you when you are a child, because you have not this kind of protection yet. You have not learned how to protect you, and it's easy, and it's not so much in the childhood, not as child, but when you start to be teenager, is where it's coming this mental sickness. Many, if you ask them, they were going mental sick when they started to be teenager. And this about homosexual, those homosexual people, they take those boys and girls that is in the teens, because they are confused. They have no growing into their gender in the brain. So it's easy to rape them from the childhood, to take them when they are fragile. It's harder to take someone that is over 18 years of age. You maybe not doing sexual things, but you will be taught to believe and think in that way, that you are in the wrong body. You are not a woman, you are a man, or to a boy, no, you are a girl, and these things, because the teenager, I have PhD in psychology, so I know these situations that is when they are going away from the family. They don't want to be with a father and mother, their parents and the family, and they go just perfect, like Satan want us to be isolated, isolated from the family that can protect and see what's going on. And they go, where are you going? Out, I'm going out. And these things, and the parents don't see their teenagers, because they are busy with their own life to create money and go. I know, because I have lived in the United States, in Texas. I was married in Texas, and my husband, he gave out so much money. He gave much money for the waitress to see him, and he was a chef in a restaurant, and he could make nice food at home, but he preferred to go out and eat at the restaurant every evening, every night. And that was going so much money. These things that we can take away or save money by do our food at home from scratch. So it's much people are doing for them to themselves. It's not about that, oh, we have so much bills. Yeah, but you don't need to have that kind of car. You can have a more normal car, and you don't need 10 rooms for 2 people in the house. You can have a smaller one. So that's not the excuse. It's about how you think and build up your life. And that is the devil. He wants you to be busy. He wants you to run for the money because you have so much bill to pay. So go against the devil and clean up your life from bills. Don't go there. He laugh at you, the devil. I have got them. They had 2 big house, 2 expensive house, and now they have to have 2-3 jobs and not could be with their kids. And I take the kids. That's what he wants. So go against that, please, 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 please. You don't need that big fancy house. It's only for people to see your heart. You have these bills. It's not godly things. It's selfish. Look at me. I'm a success. I have a big house. I have a fancy car. This is so selfish. And that's against God's will to do this. Not be selfish. And then Matthew 5:12. Rejoice and be exceeding glad, for great is your reward in heaven, for so persecuted they the prophet which were before you. So that's, you know that I'm a prophet. I didn't know it for many years, but when I was in Kenya, I come to realize that because they told me whatever I have said to them that I don't know because I was in the spirit, they say it's come true. So I know, but maybe not in that way that people think a prophet should sound like, because many things that the prophet, they are those that say, tell you success, you are going to receive money, you like these things. It's not my messages to people. It's more, as you heard from the start, that I want to help people to be healed, in not only in the body but in their soul, and also in the long run in the spirit. The soul belongs to the body. It's what, if your soul is damaged, there will be damage in your whole life, not only in the body but your whole life. If you are not happy, the happiness is in your soul. The spirit is something else. That's from you. That's out from the body. The soul is inside the body. The spirit is outside the body. So I close now with Matthew 5:13. You are the salt of the earth, but if the salt have lost his savour, wherewith shall it be salted? It is thenceforth good for nothing, but to be cast out, to be trodden under foot of men. This is, it's not good to eat. Now I say a body's food, that is not salt. You can't rejoice the dinner you get without any salt. And it's this what I'm doing. This I am a salt, because I not only, all people can read the Bible, but I am the salt on the spirit food you get from the Bible, because I explain for you what the Bible are telling, what God is telling you. It's the salt. And when people stop helping other people with the interpretation, many times because they don't know what to say, because they don't know the Bible, they don't know God, they go for the literary things, and there is part of the Bible that you can't explain with literary interpretation. It must be Spirit's interpretation in some parts of the Bible. And if they get too much of that questions, they can't answer. They can die and stop to talk to people and try to help them to understand the Bible. We that have this on us to be the salt of the world, we need to educate us more and more to could help. Now I'm not talking about go in classes. I mean educate to be draw God to us, to have a communication with God, to ask God to help you to understand, to help you could interpretation to people that have hunger for His words. Can't stop. You can't stop. You need to be the salt of the world. Those people that seems to go and be lost, you need to bring them in and bring God in to get you more learning, to know that God can send you dreams. That is a message from Him. And know that the visions you see is not illusions. It's a message from God to really be open for it. And at first time I really realized that it was, I had a dream in 2004. I had a dream about, I saw 3 kids. It's like in a corner of a building that it was fire in the building, but a piece of the house was going away from the house, from the burning, and it was 3 kids like sitting in the corner of that piece and going down in a hill. And then I heard a voice saying a gypsy name. I know it was gypsy because I have heard it before in my youth. When I was a child, I had someone that had the same name, and he was gypsy. So I have in that time, 2004, a friend. I have many friends that was gypsies. That was the only people that wanted to be friends with me. And I asked one girl that was in the church, and I say that this night I had a dream, and it's asking, Bronco was the name of this gypsy name, Bronco. And she said, but that's the pastor for the gypsies here in our city. And I don't know, for some reason I have his telephone number, so I'm going to call him. I have told her the dream first. So she called the pastor, and he was, of course, when God do things, the pastor was on the phone. And you know, it was 2004, so it was not like today. It was a normal telephone to pick up. And he said, can you tell me the dream? And I tell him the dream. And he said, are you sure the dream is not for you? He said, no, I don't recognize anything in a dream that could be mine. And then he breathed out like this. It's the dream is for me, he said. I understand that he had hard to believe that someone is calling him and say, I have a dream, and your name was called in the dream. And he said to me that he was a pastor for 3 churches in Stockholm, but someone was against him and had started to destroy these 3 churches, and he should be kicked out as a pastor in those 3 churches. And I say to him, I saw that man that was saying this name, and I described this man I saw in the dream. And he said, that's him. It's the best to say. I know, you confirm that is he that is backstabbing me and work against me to be the pastor, the main pastor, senior pastor in the gypsy churches in Stockholm, he said. So that I know that about dreams, that it doesn't need to be for me. God can speak to me in dreams that I should give out in a message to someone that God wanted to reach. So I'm start to be tired now, so it's time we can talk tomorrow again. And Nicole, oh God is talking. Nicole, it's about this baby. Nicole is this baby that I was talking from the start about. Nicole. Nicole. God, what do you want to say? Is there something you want to say about this with Nicole? He say, don't make it be like a wall for your day, because you are thinking too much about the baby. I take care of it. There is a mother in heaven. There is a mother in heaven. Take care of those things with the babies. She holds them in their lap. She lay in their comfort. There is mothers in heaven. Amen. Thank you for watching this. Thank you. God bless you. And you will be blessed.